Hi everyone, this is Abhimanyu Goyal and I am my friend Harsh Jaiswal who's also joining in. This is our channel. I am an Arsenal fan, as is Harsh, and I stay in Bangalore, Karnataka. I have a lot of hobbies. FPL, of course, is one of them. Uh, and then there are a lot of other things that we'll discuss in the time to come. Over to Harsh for a quick introduction.
Hi guys, this is Harshia. I'm basically from Calcutta, and as Abhi said, even I am an Arsenal fan. Uh, it's great being around here, and we'll discuss things in the coming future. And let's start it.
All right. Thank you, Harsh. So, the idea behind having this video was to really look at some of the players who caught the eye so far in the 5 or 6 odd games that have happened, starting with the first one. So, first game was basically between Liverpool and Bournemouth. And Harsh, which player caught your eye the most? Which player do you think is going to be a good FPL asset going forward?
It's a bit differential, but I think Cody Gapko, in my terms and eyes, I would say a bit underrated.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of people watching him. People are going for Wits and maybe Salah, Frimpong, but Gapko at home games, especially, has a proven record. The Dutchman is exceptional at home games. I think he's a great asset. With
Mhm.
only 7.5 million, I get he's a budget enabler, and for me, it's a no-brainer. He's a great asset,
Okay. So you're saying that you like Gakpo the most. Okay.
100%.
So from my side, I think if I were to choose any one player for that game between Liverpool and Bournemouth, again a differential. I think everyone talks about Salah, everyone talks about a lot of other players. I like two players actually. So one is of course Hugo Ekitike because the positioning that he had throughout the match, it felt as if he's going to be a prolific striker for Liverpool, which is high scoring. And if we look at it that way, there are a lot of creators in the team. So it always augurs well. So he'll have great delivery from the likes of Salah, from the likes of Words. So he's going to be on the receiving end of a lot of balls. How he uses that ball, whether to score or miss, is something that is going to be up to him. But by the looks of it, it felt as if he's going to be the real icing on the cake that Liverpool needed with a striker signing. So that would be my pick. So from the first game, I think Harsh is going with Gakpo. I'm going with Ekitike. And since this channel is more for differentials, I would just take one more name in Dominic Szoboszlai because he got defensive contributions. He's priced at $6.5 million. So not a very heavy cut on the bank, but a good differential option with uh, probably a high floor
And
on the
he's there
basis
on the
of.
set pieces too.
Yes, and exactly. He's on set pieces. He takes corners. He also takes a lot of free kicks. So that's about our
That's a good.
first game. Let's move on to the second game, Harsh. Anything else you were saying?
I just said that Sobozle is a very good pick. I mean, he's there on the free kick. He's there for the corners. He's there for DC defensive contributions. Lovely pick. Alongside with Gapco, if I don't go for Gapco, I'll definitely go for Sobozle.
Okay, okay, great. So we have three picks from that particular fixture, and then we move on to Aston Villa versus Newcastle. So there were no goals scored in that game. We saw Konsa getting a red card. In spite of that, he managed to get those defensive contribution points. It remains to be seen whether that red card is going to be contested by Aston Villa. But
I don't think so.
overall, what do you think? Who was the player, one player to watch out for the game weeks to come?
Again, he's not on everybody's list, but I guess it's from Newcastle United, Harvey Barnes. He was exceptional last day. He provided some delicious, juicy crosses. Gordon couldn't finish it. part of a game, but I guess Harvey Barnes is on my list. I'll definitely keep my eyes on him. I'll look after him, how he's playing. I think if Isaac departs, Gordon is gonna take the central role, and then Harvey Barnes is there on the left, and he's yeah. People might have seen him. He just scores some screamers, bangers around there, and I definitely like him a lot.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Harvey Barnes is another interesting pick. So I absolutely agree with you. I did see that match, and Harvey Barnes was on the back of a lot of crosses that were being provided. So Gordon is not really very used to playing in that position. Of course, Newcastle is going to be missing Isak, and let's see whether they actually end up getting the signature from Vissa. If I'm not wrong, they were looking for Vissa as a
Yes, you're right.
potential forward.
Yeah,
And I
they
think
are.
from that match, my pick would be Dan Burn. So I'm more of a defender oriented player, and I think that the fact that he got some defensive contributions and he was also on the end of some of the balls which were picked up by Harvey Barnes as a cross, I think he has good potential to score in the near future. And although we were all thinking that Newcastle would fare not very great, but I think they did decently well, given that if we look at the stats, they had far more attacking threat than Aston Villa. And Aston Villa is a good team. They had the entire squad playing. There are not a lot of injuries. So I think Newcastle probably is up to it. If they can sign a good striker, then they are really going to make an impact in the Premier League in the days to come. And we all know how Eddie Howe is as a manager. So
He's a great guy.
yeah, so I think that not a lot to discuss though. It was a nil-nil. Moving on to Brighton versus Fulham. So this is a game where O'Reilly got a penalty, and O'Reilly is a player that we'll talk about for sure. And then Muniz finished off really well. He scored a goal in the stoppage time, which led to a 1-1. So
Right.
they shared points. So which player caught your eye, Harsh, in that
I
game?
think Munoz, he's a super sub. He definitely brings that goal threat
Muniz.
whenever he's there on the
You're referring to
pitch.
Muniz, yeah.
Muniz.